Welcome to this Introduction to Drawing tutorial. In this tutorial I'll be discussing the basic layout of a drawing package. To begin, I'm going to be showing you the basic format of your sheets. The first sheet should be the full assembly. Now in this we have the full assembly of the block project that the Lean Manufacturing class is doing. So this is the total assembly of the piece. And then the next would be any sub-assemblies that make up the full assembly. So as you can see at these bubbles, they call out the different sub-assemblies. Now this is kind of a smaller drawing package, so it only has 2 sub-assemblies. But in all reality, you can have as many as you want, and as many as you see fit for your project. Next I want to talk about the general template. Here at the University of Idaho we have our own drawing template, so I'll just show you by adding a new sheet, which you can do by coming down here and say add a new sheet. Now immediately this will pop up. It says that the sheet format cannot be located. SolidWorks has some standard sheets that you can use, but here at the University of Idaho we use our own. So you can go ahead and go into Browse and then find the T drive, and you can either go in ME301, that's just right here, or you can go into the SolidWorks Resources folder, and it's under ME Department Drawing Templates, and select there. So, and then it'll show you a preview of what'll actually pop up, and I'll say OK. And you can also go in here and rename your sheet. But for now I want to show you what the title block includes. So if I go in here, I can see the basic setup. Here I can change around my project name, I can insert my part number, or SolidWorks will automatically insert part number according to auto balloon and such things. I can tell anybody how many parts that there actually are. So say for example if I had a faceplate on this page, then I could input 2 showing that there are 2 faceplates. I could also change the sheet scale. Now when I change this down here, it won't actually change the scale of my part. Here it's telling me that the part on the paper is actually the size of the part. The scale is 1:1. Now when you actually go in and edit the scale on your part, you have to be careful that the scale changes down here. If it doesn't, then you might have to manually input it. It'll also tell me how many pages I have and what page I'm on. So over here I can see that it's a 3rd angle projection. Now when I'm actually inserting my drawing views, I'll be able to choose whether or not I want 3rd angle or 1st angle. The difference between 3rd angle and 1st angle is that in 3rd angle your front view is going to appear down here in this lower left hand corner, whereas in 1st angle it's going to appear up here in your upper left hand corner. So it's just basically this basic setup of your views. So it'll tell me that in my title block. Also it'll say things such as the material and any kind of description that's tagged to the part, who's it's checked by, the date it was checked by, who it was drawn by, when it was drawn by, and the file name. Now all of these are actually created when you make your part. You insert these when you're in your Properties toolbar, which you find under File. You don't actually insert these in your drawing package. It's just a lot of work and it's pretty tedious, so I wouldn't actually recommend doing that. So, and if you actually want to edit your template, you just go ahead and right click on the sheet and say Edit Sheet Format, and then you can click in here and actually change the name. So, and when I want to get out of that and back into my part, I can re-click Edit Sheet, and I'm out of that again. Next I want to talk about your bill of materials. Now if I go under the Full Assembly tab, I can see that my sub-assemblies are called out. Here are my bill of materials. Now it'll just tell me my sub-assemblies and the page they're found on, the quantity, and just nomenclature for my part number. But when I go into the sub-assemblies in my bill of materials, it also does the nomenclature for my part number, it tells me the part, any kind of description I need, and then the quantity. So you'll only really find your parts in your subassemblies. Also, in your parts, you can see that not only do I have the pieces that are drawn, that I can find actually in one of my tabs, but I have purchase parts as well. Now, I include these in my bill of materials so that when somebody picks up my drawing package, they can look at the entire package and know exactly what they need to get to make this assembly. And if they wanted to actually check out the parts that I drew, they would see the item number and then find it in the drawing package. So this is the female part, so it should be 101. So I go to the female lathe, and under part number it's 101. So it's just a basic example of how you would name your parts. So if I were to go into block assembly, we know that this is 200, showing that this is the total subassembly. And if I were to go to the bottom half, I would see that this is 201. And that's just basically all you would really need to know about the basic setup of a drawing package. And with that, that concludes the introductory tutorial for drawings.